So, you want to defeat the Githyanki Monks in the Act 3 intro fight. This fight is very difficult, but what you want to do straight off the bat is for anyone who casts spells, so usually probably Gale or you're going to have Shadow Heart, you basically want to make sure you have Hold Person spell. So you want to prepare these spells before you enter combat. Obviously, I'm sure you probably know about preparing your spells, so I won't go over that in much detail, but make sure you have Hold Person and make sure you do that for Gale and for Shadow Heart. Okay, so next up we're going to want to position our players or our characters in the right positions, and you're going to want to party up essentially. If you've got two melee guys, I mean, I'm going to assume most people have this kind of party system going on where you probably have Gale, you probably have Shadow Heart, but if you don't, I'm not sure what to say, because you basically need two people who can do spells, and then you need your other party members to essentially be the diversion or the people who have lots of health, essentially. So your fighters or your barbarians. So you're going to want to send them up front. So as you saw in the video, I left Shadowheart and Gale back up on the rock, and I've sent off my fighter and Karlach up ahead to deal with the monks head on. Okay, so you've got your spellcasters back up on the rock, you've got your fighters here. Basically now all you need to do is essentially use dash and lure the monks back to the range of your spellcasters. What I've done properly here, what I should have done with Karlach was use dash, but I forgot to, so don't do that. Make sure you use dash and get back to this range. Again, I'm just going to skip the go with Gale because I can't really do anything there. But essentially, try and get back to the range of your spellcasters before your fighters or barbarians get completely destroyed. Karlach does actually, unfortunately, get killed, but it's okay because you can resurrect her when you go back to camp. But she actually gets proned here, and then yeah, dead. So, but it's you basically, as I said, you've got to really be patient and you've got to really not panic too much. You can see here I'm taking a huge amount of damage, but the point is that you're trying to get them into this funnel, this sort of kill zone that we have going on here, because you've got to use your environment as well. So, with a bit of patience and a bit of luck, hopefully some of the monks, or the monk in my case, has followed your fighters or barbarian down to the kill zone, down to this ledge down here, where your spellcasters can now do their magic, do Hold Person, inflict some damage on them. I opted for the poison arrow, which works very well against them. So I've done a poison arrow on that monk there, and then next with the Shadow Heart, I'm going to be able to do a Hold Person spell. It's actually very interesting watching it back and realizing how slightly ridiculous it is that one of the monks has like 136 or 139 hit points. That was a nice critical hit. But that's because it was Hold Person, so it's like you get the full range, the full force of your melee attack. So yeah, this monk has 136 hit points, which is crazy. Really, I'm not really sure why it has so many. But yeah, it's once you're in this kind of environment and in this mode, I kind of feel a bit more confident that the fight's going to go well. So as long as you have your two your two spellcasters up on the ledge, then I think you're in a good position. Because I mean, ultimately, if you can always have one person casting Hold Person, and Hold Person is only a level 2 spell, so you should be able to do it pretty regularly. So I mean, as you see there, that didn't actually work, which that's where you can get a little bit unstuck. But as I said, that's just the name of the game. Sometimes it's really unfair, this game. I was slightly worried about the Mind Flare as well at some point. However, look at the hits. I mean, I need to do a playthrough where I'm a monk, to be honest, because they seem to be hella cool and they can do a lot of hits on someone. But the Emperor, the Mind Flare chappie, was a bit touch and go because he did almost die at one point, but then for some reason the AI controller decided, do you know what, I'm going to start doing some damage against the monks, which he inflicted a lot of damage. So I'm not really sure why it doesn't do that from the very beginning. It just tries to do mind control stuff, but hey, I don't know. As you can see, another hold person, very successful. But as you see now, the trouble is I've got no fighter there. So essentially what we're going to have to do is, I'm very worried now that they're going to start pushing onto my spellcasters, which would be basically end of the game, game over. Unless I could maybe push them off the ledge if they jump onto you, onto the ledge where the spellcasters are. But you know, it's, as I said, very difficult, very touch and go. But if you can keep casting spellcast or hold person, then I think you'll be okay, to be honest. I'm going to let the rest of this gameplay run because I thought it was a really interesting fight and it was really good actually. The game is definitely starting to get very difficult. I actually looked on Steam of the trophies of how many people have got to Act 3, or like got past Act 2, sorry, to the next level. So basically past this fight, and it was literally like 23% of people have actually passed this fight, essentially. So, I mean, that says a lot, really. There's not a lot of people. For the amount of people that actually play this game, that's a very small amount of people who have actually made it to Act 3 past this fight. So, yeah, I think you just got to take your time, use hold person, and see how far you get. But I'm going to let the rest of this gameplay play out because I think it's pretty cool. As you can see, you'll see at the end, I get a pretty cool final kill with Shadowheart. I'm not sure why Shadowheart always seems to be the person to end the kills on the bosses or the enemy, the last enemy, but it's pretty good. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the gameplay. I won't chat anymore because you know you don't really need to hear me chatting over the gameplay. So anyway, I hope this helps. Give me a like if you liked it, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later.
Roll in my favor. sorcery.
I need you now.